So, I'm always telling you how to get more life for less money. You're no longer working, you're just hanging out. Now what? Well, you could just wander around like a cow and do nothing with your extra money and extra time, or you could not only get more life for less money, but you could get more giving for less money as well. So let's talk about how to give more and pay less. So, I want to talk to you just for a minute about how to make a difference in your life. As we get older and we stop working, we sort of lose our direction of what we're here to do in life. You wake up every day as you're young and working, and you have a role in your life and a place that you can make a difference. And it can be through work or through doing things with your friends and everything. But when you retire and you come to Thailand, what's cool about it, I feel, is that it's easier to make a difference and contribute on a greater level and less expensive. And what I mean by that is, now you might end up being in a place like we're at now, which is a small community, and there's access to a lot of different things. There's a hospital here. So if somebody needed some medical help, you could take them to the hospital, which is not expensive in the small hospitals. The government hospitals are real cheap. And there's optometrists, places where people can get glasses. So you might be able to do that. Or maybe somebody in a village or around your neighborhood can't read, maybe, but they can read, but just can't. Their eyes are not so good. You can go and get a 200 baht pair of magnifying glasses, which is like $7 or something, and you could do that. We just found ourselves at a hospital in Buriram. Now we're about an hour from Buriram, and we are helping out somebody who has some neurological issues, and they couldn't take care of them in this small community that we're in, even though there's a hospital. So we went to a hospital in Buriram, which is an hour away. And that was a little bit more expensive. In fact, that was a hospital that I crunched the top of the Rippermobile in the parking garage. So that trip actually cost me a lot. But for the person to see a neurologist and get, 5, 6 medicines, which are expensive medicines because they're for Alzheimer's and sleeping medications and things like that, it was like 5,000 baht. And so that's not that expensive to help out somebody. Now, we've done this 3 times, follow-up. And the people at the hospital said, well, why are you paying so much money? Why not get the letter from your local community hospital and bring that? And I thought, well, how much difference could that make? But we just did this again and went, and how much was that same 5,000 baht? That was with the doctor, the neurologist, the specialist, and all the medicines. But with that paper that they said to get, how much was the bill?
30 baht.
30 baht, that's like $1. So healthcare is affordable. Now, if you're probably saying, well, hey, see, they could pay for that. Yeah, but the thing is that that's an hour away from here. A lot of people don't have a vehicle that they can travel an hour away. So if that was the case, and you're not going to feel so good just paying 30 baht to help somebody, you can organize if you don't have a vehicle. If you have a vehicle, put them in the vehicle and take them. That's a great way to help out. Or you can organize, somebody has a pickup truck in the local community, and say you'll fill up the truck with gas, with diesel or whatever, and pay them a couple $100 if they'll drive you to the hospital so that the person can get taken care of, maybe an hour away or whatever. But be aware, because if you do that, everybody in the village is going to get in the pickup truck and go with you, because it's a field trip. Everybody wants to get out of the Mubon, the neighborhood, and go for a trip. And you're thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen then? I'm going to have to, you'll probably stop for some food, right? But at a restaurant on the road or open air, not like this is air-conditioned sit-down restaurant, it's a little bit more expensive. What do we pay, 50 baht or something for a meal here? But it'd be 40 baht or 50 baht on the road, and you can stop. So even if 10 people climbed in the pickup truck and went with you, that's 500 baht. What is that? That's like $16 or something like that. Not much to feed the whole village. So there's a lot of ways you can make a difference. We're going to help out why we're here. We'll always come. And if you come from a city to an outlying region or a more rural area, there's probably things in your city that you could bring as souvenirs, to which Thai people always do. In fact, they stop on the road and get souvenirs on their way to go home. But if you're in, say, around Hue An or Cha Am or around the ocean, the sea, what can you bring back?
Dried seafood.
Yeah, dried seafood. Yeah. Plamuk hang. Yeah, dried squid, big bags of dried squid.
Dried fish.
Dried fish, yeah. And you could also bring fresh. You can get a cooler and throw ice in it and bring squid. Even if you're driving, you're going to be within a day of someplace. So squid, shrimp, things like that, they would really appreciate that, because they're not around, like, especially if you go to Isan, they won't be around that. So that would be good. If you're in Chiang Mai, you come in, they're known for their Chiang Mai sausage, which is inexpensive. You could bring that as a treat. So it's all,
Kap mu.
Kap mu, yeah, fried. This is like kap mu, right?
Yeah.
So they have kap mu here, which is, I think we call them fried pork rinds or something in the States. But all sorts of ways you can help out. Just look around. Don't try and be a big shot when you do this, because if you show up and you're very vocal about what you're doing and everything, you might be looked upon as somebody that's got deep pockets, and you don't want that. So be very discreet about it. Just say something to your significant other or whatever and say, hey, I'd like to do something for this person. I can see that they need this or that, and that's the way to do it. And it'll be really appreciated. And there's a lot of options in a community, but you can even help out even if you went out in the sticks, in the rice fields or cane fields, and there was a family living out there or whatever. So let's go out there and show them what they could do even if they were out in the middle of nowhere, okay?
Okay, let's go.
So you might find yourself out in some place like rural Thailand. Do you know what rural means? Yeah, Isan country, out in the middle of nowhere. And if you do, then there's a lot you could do. Now, you might not choose to build a house, but how much should we pay for the house? Song San Gua? Yeah, about $10,000. We built a house. Now, you might not have a budget to do that, and I don't recommend that you do unless you have that kind of extra disposable income. But there's a lot of things you can do, like we're going to look and see about fixing somebody's door. Yeah. Somebody has a bad door, it's hanging with wires and stuff, so we can do that. How about how much is a bag of rice? Now, a bag of rice will last a long time for a family. It's like 100 pounds of rice or something, so that lasts a long time. How much does a bag of rice cost? Yeah, about $30. You can buy a 100-pound bag of rice. That'll last a long time for a family. And now some people have rice, but this year there was not so much rain, right?
Yeah.
So some people who live off of rice, a lot of times what farmers do is they plant the rice, then they sell what they're not going to use, and they store the rest without husking it or taking the outside layer off, and they store it, And that way they polish the rice or get it stripped off to eat it, and then they plant for the next year. Well, this year they had not so much rain in some places and too much rain in other places. So if you see that and they're going to be suffering and not have food, you can buy a 100-pound bag of rice for like $30. That's a good deal. Now, here's a road leading to a house. Now, if you look, you can see this isn't so good. You know, vehicles going down the road like this are going to have some challenges. And so, how much was it? How many cubic, I think it was cubic meters of rock before? And the truck came out, how much was it?
I think 200.
It was like $7 or something, and we bought a truck.
No, not two. I don't remember really.
It wasn't much money though.
Not much.
And the truck comes out and dumps it, and then I'm not sure if you could have the truck dump it where you wanted, but we had the truck dump a big pile of it, and then the people just shuttled it out and put it where they needed to. But you can see there's a strong need for that as well. So there's a lot of options as to the way you can help out, even if you're out in the middle of nowhere like this, to make a difference in people's lives. And so I just wanted to mention this. I think it's really helpful as foreigners when we come to be able to make a difference in people's lives. And the thing about it is, what the difference is back home in our country, to help people. Usually you give money to some kind of company, organization, and then they go give the money to people, and you don't know how much money they keep, how much money they're giving away. And so I don't think that's such a good idea. And this is a much better option to be able to really see where the money goes. Just like if we eat at a restaurant instead of a McDonald's or something, you see the family, it could be the children playing and the mom and dad, and you know where the money's going, and it makes a big difference. So you're helping constantly here because the way society's set up, where it's more mom and pop. We call mom and pop business instead of big companies and big restaurants where the owner you never see and stuff like that. You see the people here. So you can really make a difference in people's lives. And it doesn't take a lot of money, but you're going to need to be a little bit creative. And as I've mentioned before in another video not long ago, draw the line. Don't show up like a big shot and do stuff be quiet about it. Be discreet. You know, talk to the people and say, you know, look and see where you can help, and then talk to a significant other or somebody like that and say, hey, I want to help out. You know, let's go buy some. I don't suggest giving money. It's better to buy things for people and then give whatever you bought to the people and just be quiet about it. Because if you show up like a big shot and you're trying to impress everybody, then you're going to be paying the price for a long time for that. So do it discreetly, and I think it'll go a long way. Now, I have members and people on YouTube that say, I want to live in a more rural area. I live out in a rural area in America, and I want to live in a rural area in Thailand. This would be much harder to do unless you have a significant other or a friend that's Thai. Just to come as a couple, say as a foreigner couple, and come live out someplace like this will be difficult. But having said that, what you need to do is hook up with Thai people. Thai people are friendly. So even if you're in a city, even in Chiang Mai or something like that, not my no-fly zone, so. But in Chiang Mai or something like that, you befriend people who own restaurants or businesses, and they're going to invite you to weddings, maybe funerals, you know, all sorts of things. They're going to invite you. In holidays, they're going to invite you to come out to where their family is because they like you. And so if you do that, you can show up, and then you can network a little bit. Even as a couple, foreigner couple, you could network and say, hey, we like it out here, but it's going to be much harder to find places to stay, to rent, unless you find a house where the people went to work in the city and there's a house sitting there vacant. But if you have a significant other that's Thai or a friend, maybe that's doable. But life is completely different in Thailand for sure, but also different in the way that we can make a difference and feel fulfilled, especially as we get older. What is your role in life? What are you doing every day? Why are you waking up? If you're waking up just to take care of yourself and pay your bills, that's okay, and it might be something that you need to do, but you can reach out, and it's easy to do to make a difference in people's lives. So I just wanted to mention, when it comes to making a difference, even in the middle of nowhere, what? There's
Always option.
always options. See you, JC and Matt out.
Bye.
Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.